Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Review. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel, so you can check that out. My name is Vetta, and as always, I am joined by my brother Matt.
Hey, you guys.
And this month is the Christmas season month, and we are doing untraditional Santa movie. Is that right? Is
Yes.
that how we phrase that? Not
Unconven
traditional. Not the
Unconventional.
Jolly Saint Nick.
Yes.
So on this episode, we are going to be talking about Violent Night.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, before we get started, sir, what are you drinking? The most important question.
Yes, I'm drinking a glass of white wine because they were drinking wine. The one
They
sister
were
was.
drinking just about everything.
Yeah, they
At one
were.
point, the sister just opens up a bottle of vodka and is just
Mm,
pouring it in a cup like it's Sprite.
right on. Yeah, but she seemed like a good party friend. What are you drinking,
I'm drinking
sister?
a Dirty Shirley because it's got that
Nice.
Christmassy red vibe
It
to
does.
it.
I love
So,
it. I love it.
oh, and I'm breaking shit at the same time. My bad.
I will cut that out.
Happens when alcohol's involved. You break your mic.
But that is a good short.
I'm here to help. That's what I'm here for. Okay. So, had you seen this movie before?
Yes.
You had. So, what do you think? What is your?
I loved it the first time.
I
I
did
loved
too.
it the second time I saw it. When I saw it, it was super fun. I just like the thought of like a drunk Santa that's like, oh, this is bullshit, but I still am gonna do it and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
That's
liked it.
me too. Like I seen it too and I thought it was great and I forgot how much I liked it until I watched it again and I was like, "Oh, I should watch this more at Christmas. This is awesome." This is like my favorite Santa. I thought Fat Man was my favorite Santa with Mel Gibson that we did, but nah, this
Hmm.
guy is I think he's this is up there with my favorite non-traditional Santa. So, all right. So the premise of this movie is a uber rich family is being robbed on Christmas Eve. And Santa
Yes.
just happens to be delivering presents to their house and gets caught up in all of it. And one little girl is on the nice list and she asks for help. So Santa's gonna save the day. And Santa's backstory, we'll get into it later, is a little dark. He's not no jolly Saint Nick.
No, no.
So all right. So this movie starts off. There's a mom and a dad who are kind of on the rocks. The dad is from the uber rich family, and
Yes.
they're going to the and they're he's getting picked up, and they're going to the uber rich family's um, house for Christmas. So let's talk
Hmm.
about the characters for a second.
Yeah.
So okay, give me a minute. Cause what did you think of Trudy, the little girl?
Oh, I thought she was great. She was adorable. I loved
So
yeah,
adorable.
she was just like so full of spunk and shit. And I just loved her attitude about Christmas because she's all like, you didn't take me to see Santa. And I was like, oh, boo fucking who, kid? But she was all cute about it and everything. And her cookies looked terrible. But at the same
Terrible.
time,
She's like,
I'm
well, Santa liked him. But she was
yeah.
like, look, it looks just like Santa. And I'm like, no, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, you know what gets me about Santa real quick? I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about him more, but he scoffed at those little vanilla wafers, and I was like, Santa, excuse you, those fuckers are good. Those are
Oh, they're
delicious.
so good for
You put a
being
little,
such a simple cookie. So
yeah,
delicious.
yeah, you put a little something in between them, like some that creamy whip stuff, or some chocolate icing. That shit is delicious. I was like,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I agree
Yeah, I was like,
for
I don't
sure.
when he spit him out, I was like, I don't know what the fuck he is. Well, sorry, my palate isn't sophisticated enough to get the delicacies of a homemade cookie,
Yeah.
fucker. But those fuckers are delicious.
Excuse me.
Right on.
My bad.
You're
All
right.
right. So, what did you think of her mom, Linda?
I mean, she was fine being a simpleton and everything, not from this sophisticated society of the elites and everything. I mean, she was fine. But I don't know, man. Yeah, she was fine. Everything was fine with her. She wasn't anything
Okay,
special.
and her husband Jason.
He was fine also, except he turned into a total pussy when his mom read that note that he left her.
Oh,
I'm all like, I'm all like
sure.
a honeybee. And then when they broke his finger, he was like, ah, and everything. And then when they were like they like lifted him up to throw him into that big barrel of hay and they were fighting with him and everything, he did the same thing. He was like, ah. I was like, what kind of pussy? Like, I'm not the most masculine man, but I don't even scream like that. Mine's all like a ah and everything. So I'm all like, what's going on with this guy? Privilege.
For
He was
for
raised
sure.
been raised by rich
So,
people.
what about the sister, Alva? Terrible name.
Terrible name. I forgotten her name, but I didn't. I mean, she seems like a fun party friend, but other than that, I'm all like, I don't care for her.
Yeah, I didn't like her either.
Can I ask a question? Go ahead. You go ahead.
No, go for it.
Well, did they mention? Because I don't remember them mention. Did they mention what happened to the dad in this family? Because I'm all like,
Mm-mm.
the second time watching it, I wasn't paying attention, but then now I have questions. I'm all like, is the dad around? Like, did he
No,
die? What
Gertrude only
happened?
brings up the grandfather, like
Oh,
her
gotcha.
dad. At one point, she goes, "When your grandfather, he didn't want to hand the business over to me because I was a female. I had to show him I was a cutthroat woman or whatever."
Yeah,
So,
cutthroat bitch.
right, what did you think of her son of Alva? God,
Yeah, what did they name him? It was like
Bertrude, but he goes by Bert.
Bertrude. Yeah, what a dumb fucking name. He was very obnoxious when they were like when they were like kill Bert first. I was like, yeah, kill Bert
Yeah,
first. He's
I was
annoying. I was
like,
like,
Bert gets my vote for sure.
yeah, and then like that end credit scene when he's all like huddled next to that dead dude and he's all like, Santa's real and shit and everything. And I'm all like, yeah, you're obnoxious. I do not like you at all. I would have swallowed that load. You know what I'm saying?
All
Would
right,
you?
and now we have the crazy boyfriend Morgan.
I loved Morgan. Like, I loved his whole like, if I was on the plane on 9/11, those terrorists would have been parachuting without parachutes. And I'm like, I don't think so, fucker. That's not how that works.
And
Uh,
then when he like tries to do a fight scene, he's all like parkour,
Yeah,
parkour.
yeah, I loved how he yelled out parkour. The thing was, though, he like kicked that dude, and I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, take him down, take him." And he didn't even. He just jumped out the window, and I'm all like,
Well, he parkoured around the sofa
"Right." And I'm
and
all
then
like,
jumped out the window.
"Yeah." I'm all like, okay. And then when he got shot, I was like, "You kind of deserved it. You're like a pussy too." So, but at
Yeah,
the same time, I would have been like, "Come on, kids, let's get the fuck out of here."
right. The minute that guy was down. But okay, and so now we're just going to talk about two more because I feel like everybody else is just ensemble. What did you think of Mr. Scrooge?
Okay, I have to be honest with you about this. John Leguizamo is not intimidating to me. Like the whole time he was all like, "I'm Mr. Scrooge, my parents sucked or whatever." Or oh no, my parents were poor and the people next door, they had all this Christmas stuff and everything. And I'm all like, I'm not scared of you. Like this is like like if you came into my house, I'd be like, all right, let's tussle, fucker, because I don't think that I think I could take you, you little fidget. So I don't know what's going on with you that you're and his backstory was so fucking retarded. Like it was so stupid because he was like it was so stupid because he was all like, my dad lost his job. So Christmas time, the people next door were faking their joyful glee. So I snuck over there to like, I don't remember, steal something. And I scared the dad and he fell down the stairs and broke his neck. And I'm all like, okay. And nobody believed me. And I'm all like, yeah, because they were upset, fucker. Like,
The whole thing with his character is like, all right, you're anti-Christmas. You're robbing people on Christmas, but your code names are all Christmas related. And let me just say, stupidest name ever
yeah,
for
yeah,
a heist.
yeah.
So
Krampus, what you doing? Besides looking
yeah,
weird.
yeah. Okay, and last but not least, most important, Santa.
Wait, did we talk about the mom?
Oh no, we didn't talk about Gertrude. Oh,
Okay,
Gertrude.
I
Yes,
have something to say about mom. So this is Beverly Heather
D'Angelo.
D'Angelo, yeah. And she is in National
I
Lampoons.
love her.
Okay. So when she first walked out, I was like, "Oh, honey, what's going on with you? What happened here? What happened here to your face? Because you're looking a little rough these days. That work wasn't
Decided
so great."
against the nips and the tucks. Apparently,
Oh,
she's going
well.
all natural.
Oh, no, okay. Well, maybe whatever. But and I love the line. What did she say? She's like, "Don't shit in my mouth and tell me I'm eating chocolate." I was like, "That's a good one." And normally it's don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining, but I was like, "That's good. I like that." Um, yeah, and
I
then what
like
else?
that after she's done saying all that, she's like, "You have a Merry Christmas, Senator."
Yeah, it was good. It was good. And I kind of want to know like exactly what it is that they do. Did they mention that at all? Because
I
I'm
think
like,
they do something with government contracts because, like, weapons, because of the fact
mm.
that they were supposed to be distributing the money to bad people to
Oh
keep
yeah, the three
wars going.
million.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to keep wars going.
Right on. Yeah, no, it was it was definitely she was definitely like hardcore. But I'll tell you right now though, I would not have I don't know, I wouldn't have fallen for all that rich bullshit. I would have just been like the one wife where she was like normal and shit. I love, by the way, the sister, by the way, her saying to this to the wife, the estranged wife, when she walked up to the bar and she was like, "Hey, you've gained weight," and she's like, "But it looks good on you." I was like, "That's not a compliment, honey. That's mean. You're an asshole. You don't tell anybody, especially a woman, she's gained weight.
I'm
You."
gonna slide that in my back pocket for the next time I see you, and I'm gonna slide them next to him and go, Matt, it looks like you've gained weight. It looks good on
Right
you.
on. Hold on. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see that on the bottom of your screen? Here, let me pull it up. Anyways, so
That's it.
okay, so now let we can talk unless
Now
you want
let's
to talk
talk
about the
about
mom some more.
Santa.
Yes, Santa.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I love everything about this
I love
Santa.
everything about Santa.
Everything about the opening scene is amazing.
So good,
So
so
let's
good.
just start off there because I'm gonna
Yeah,
be like just gushing over him the whole time
yeah,
we
he
talk
was
about
great. He was great.
it.
I
So the
love David
opening,
Harbour. I love David Harbour.
oh, so
Yeah,
much.
I was like, "Hello,
So
Daddy."
right.
you can
Oh, what do
you
they
can
call
come.
it? He's a zaddy daddy.
Yeah, you can come down my chimney any Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I'll make you cookies and everything.
Right? I'll give you the good cookies.
Yeah, it won't be those vanilla wafers you're used to. I'm gonna give you
Right?
those homemade
You'll be coming
cookies.
back from Moa.
Yeah, with all the icing you can handle.
Right? So he's in a bar and he's
Yep.
drinking. And I absolutely love this because another Santa sits down and is like, "Oh, are you done?" And he's like, "You could say I'm taking a break." And
Yeah.
like everything he says sounds like he's just a seasonal Santa, but
Yeah.
he's giving like remarks to the whole thing while he's drinking. And the bartender's like, "Are you driving?" And he's like, "Nah, the reindeers do it. I
Yeah.
don't here."
Yeah, exactly. And I did like how he went on his little he's like, "Well, what do you do it for?" He's like, "The what we all do it for, the money." And then he's like, "Yeah, they're little all these little kids are assholes and everything. They just want
And
the
they're so
next
greedy.
they're so greedy and everything." And I was like, but at the same time I just go, isn't it kids' like job to want toys and shit? Like I mean, I get the whole that some kids want cash, but the older you get, you want that shit. But like my kids, they just want a Nintendo Switch, and I'm all like, "Ah, Jesus." I'm like, I'm like, "Don't you guys want like Candyland or something?" Like, fuck that noise, Dad. We want a Nintendo Switch. I was like, "Ah, Jesus."
Yeah, we're
So
in different stages because mine are at the cash and gift cards, which
right, but
I prefer because
yeah,
if I go out and shop for them, it's wrong. And granted, most of the time they make really good lists with, links to the websites and
right.
everything if there's specific things. But sometimes it's just easier to give them gift cards than to watch them open their presents and watch their just disappointment that I bought the red sweater that's ugly versus the teal sweater that was so cool.
Right on. Well, I mean, in all fairness, your kids are older than my kids.
Yeah.
My kids are still, my oldest is 7, so at the time of recording this. But
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah, and then I loved when he gave her the package and then he went up to the roof to get on the sleigh and
Oh
the old
God,
lady. And then she was like, "You can't go up there." And then, like, as she's watching him fly by, she's like, "It's so beautiful." And then he just vomits all
he's
over.
really
Yeah.
Santa.
And I just love how he vomited and it just lands on her. She's like, and I was like, when that happened, I was like, ugh, and everything. But it's so good. So
And then
good.
I love that it does the whole montage of Santa flying around. He's peeing
Yeah.
off the sled.
Yeah.
He's going and spilling the beer, leaving coal. He's crumbling up things and calling kids assholes.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so good.
That
Um,
whole thing's great.
yeah, and then I love when finally he got to the rich people's house. What are their names? I don't even remember.
I don't
Um,
remember their last name. It's something like, it's stupid. I'll tell you
yeah,
that
yeah,
right now.
it's fine, it's fine. But I did love when he finally gets there, I love that he he ate the homemade cookies because he's like, oh, homemade cookies, I love them and everything. And then I love how he like drank the milk. He's like, skim milk. And I was like, I'm right there with you, Santa. Skim milk is fucking gross. And then I love how he just dumps it out and then gets out the liquor and everything and gets in the massage chair.
He was like, oh yeah, he's like, let's check this out.
Right. I also when the henchmen attack and they just kill everybody. I felt so bad for like all those waiters and shit
Oh,
because they're just
the
like,
little security stand guy. Ow, he didn't
oh
even want to work
yeah,
Christmas Eve.
I
Why'd they have to shoot
yeah.
him, tie him up, and duct tape his mouth?
Yeah, I
So
felt
rude.
bad for him. Yeah, I felt bad for them because I'm like, they're just worker bees too, assholes. They're I bet they're not even getting a minimum wage to serve these elite assholes, and you guys are
Yeah,
just killing them.
the body count in this movie is banana.
Yeah, and Helga, she just went ape shit on their asses with those knives, and I'm like, was that her name, Helga? It doesn't matter. Helga, I'm
I
all
don't
like,
know her real name. I think her what was her code name? Like Tencil or something like
sure,
that.
I don't remember. It was Donner or something or Blitzen. Or wasn't one of them Candy Cane? Because every time they mention every time they go Candy Cane, I kept going Candy Cane.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't
so
hear Candy Cane without doing the
exactly.
Joyride voice.
Exactly. So yeah, they went ham on those wait staff, and I'm just like, you guys need to calm the fuck down. But then I love how that one guy got into a fight with him, and I loved his like fighting technique because he was just like using everything at his disposal. And yeah, that's my story. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I liked when Santa got involved because he was pulling stuff out of his bag and unwrapping it, and was like, "Why can't anybody ask for a sword or a baseball bat?"
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I loved how he was trying so hard not to get involved in this situation. Like I'm all like, hey, Santa, you're kind of being a dickhole right now by not helping these people out.
He was creeping around because he was short circuiting. I'm gonna assume it was because he was drinking. It was user air. He couldn't get
Mhm.
through the chimney. So then he's like creeping around the house trying to find an escape route. And every time he runs into somebody, he backs up and tries a different way, and he's hiding and everything. And it just cracks me up that he's like, I'm not gonna get involved. I've done my job. I delivered the gifts. I'm kind of like, me too, Santa. I wouldn't get involved either. That just isn't, my deal at all. And I did love when he was on the roof and Blitzen pooped and he stepped in.
Oh yeah. He's like, which one of you was this on the job? Unprofessional. I was like, that is unprofessional. They
so,
and then
so
what did he say? Like Rudolph wouldn't have pulled this shit or something like that. I
yeah.
can't remember what he said. I also okay, so I love when he got into the fight with the one guy like in the billiards room or whatever. And
Oh
I
yeah,
love
when he's trying to go out the basement right before he starts talking to the girl on the walkie.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I love how that guy. So he tries to knock that dude out right away, and then like he gets in a fight, and I love how that guy's all like, "I'm gonna rip your balls off, Santa," and then I love how he like just starts beating the shit out of him with those billiard balls in the sock or whatnot, and I'm like, you shouldn't have fucked with Santa, and then and then he gets the tree
Christmas
star to
star.
the Christmas star to the eyeball. I was like, yeah, fuck you and everything.
But
I
I
was like,
went my star on the top of my tree isn't that sturdy. It would have broke.
oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, and I also, but I don't know if it would have if it would have what's that if it would have lit on fire if he had plugged it in, because he plugged it in
Oh,
and it lit on fire, and I was like, I'm not quite sure that's a thing, like that would have
maybe the
really
liquid
happened.
from the eye and the blood.
Maybe, but I don't know. It just seemed
I don't
very
know. We're
like
getting way too technical. Drink.
right. Yes, we are.
Like we're engineers or some shit and can figure this
That is
out.
that's an excellent point. That's an excellent point. Okay,
I did
so
like when he was fighting with the guy upstairs and they fall out the window and the guy lands on the icicle and he's like
oh
still eating the cookie. He's got the cookie and he's like,
right,
oh, let me finish my cookie.
right, and then okay, so like they finally open up that because we didn't mention there's a vault at the bottom of their
Oh,
house, which by the way, that thing looked like hardcore. I was all like,
that was
man.
well, it's got $300 million in it. It better be hard.
And then I like how how did the son get in there? That's what I want to know, because these assholes had to use like high-tech shit, and then like, but that kid, it seemed like he just got in there willy-nilly and was just like, all right, just gonna take. And when did he have time to do this shit? Because it was in their manger scene. I was like, nobody in the house noticed this like at all.
Yeah, I don't have a clue. That's an interesting thing on how did he, when did he have time to get into the vault? B, the money just arrived that morning, so he couldn't have done it in advance. So when did he have time to do that and to move $300 million outside and rearrange hay bales? Because he had to remove some hay bales and throw them away to make
Yeah,
room. So
yeah.
yeah,
This
I
is
just kind of go, he's either he had some helpers,
some
or
Santa's helpers.
right, or something. I don't know. And we should say during this whole time, the family's in the living room before they open the vault. They're in the family room, and one of the kidnappers is all like, I want to see what rich people buy each other for Christmas.
Oh yeah, I loved that.
I love this part because Morgan, the daughter's boyfriend, pipes up and he wants to give Gertrude his present. And,
Yeah,
and, and it's a pitch for
yeah,
a movie
for a
that she
movie.
can invest in.
Yes, no, Vetta, it was a golden opportunity. Which, let me just say right now, his movie sounded terrible,
Right?
but I'm pretty sure would do well in some parts of Asia.
South
Uh,
Asia.
some parts of South Asia, because he's very famous in those parts.
Because he's very famous in some parts of South Asia. Because remember, the girlfriend, the daughter says, "Oh, we can't even go to eat because he's that popular in
In
some parts of Asia."
some parts. And then I did like although all he got her was a bottle of whiskey. I'm all like, that's like
Her favorite
$30.
whiskey, but
I
it was the
was
card saying "F you, I stole your money."
Oh yeah, for sure. And then she's like, let's keep that between you and me. And I'm all like, I love how the sister was just like so annoying, because she was like, what's it say? And I'm like, bitch, mind
Oh,
your own
she's so jealous
business.
of the brother. She's
Yeah,
like,
mind
"He's
your
the
own fun.
favorite."
Yeah, mind your own. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who should we torture first? Torture my brother. He's her favorite. And I'm all like, man, you guys like have no loyalty whatsoever.
No whatsoever. They are ready to just
I
toss
did
each other under the bus.
for sure. I did like how Candy Cane was all like, I'm not gonna touch his balls. I'm not touching his balls. He's like,
He's
I've
like,
seen
I've
you.
seen you.
Go ahead. No, you go. What did she say? Like, I've seen you scalp people or
I've
something.
seen you scoop people's brains out. And she goes, I'll scoop his brains out, but I ain't touching his balls.
Yeah, exactly. And I like how what was his name? The little the gross dude. I don't remember his name, but he was all like, I'll touch his balls. I was like, ew. I was like, you jumped on that real quick. I was like,
And I love
so
that Scrooge is like, I love a psychopath.
yeah, yeah. So it was
So now the the rich family, in case people get kidnapped, has like a
oh
black ops
yeah.
rescue team. But what they don't know is Scrooge has paid them all off to join. So they arrive, they go down and they open the vault, and it's fucking empty because Jason has already stole all money.
All the money, all the dollars.
All the money.
Yeah. I'll be honest, that was not that big of a surprise to me the first time I watched it, because I was all like, this guy is like not even like preparing and everything. And like as soon as they showed up, I was like, that actor guy, I was like, oh, they're gonna kill him, and they did. Although I'm all like, but it doesn't matter. And then but I do when we see his kind of his backstory, he's like a Viking or some shit, and he starts talking
Santa, because he wants his because
Stormbringer.
Trudy asks him what he wants for Christmas, and he says Gall Crusher.
Yeah. And didn't he say he wanted to see Mrs. Claus again?
Yeah.
Which I mean, like, and I want to talk about that because in a minute, but I want to talk about Miss Claus. So and then he finds that hammer, which I was like, as soon as it rolled, he found it, I was like, ooh, it's gonna get good and everything. Oh. And he turned those fuckers into, he went hardcore on their ass. He was like not joking around. I liked it when he turned on the snowblower and then like threw like the lasso around their necks, and they were like all like sucked into it. I was like, oh, you're like so dead and chopped
like
into
Fargo,
pieces.
only instead of the wood chipper, it was a snowblower.
Yeah. And I loved how he like locked the door. He put that wooden thing in the door, and then he like started sucking on that candy cane. But he was just sharpening it and everything. It was pretty good. I enjoyed that whole sequence. Yeah, because some of that shit was brutal, but some.
And I love when he gets out of the barn and like the tech surveillance guy sees him and he runs. He's like, "Oh fuck no, I'm out." But Santa's like, "Oh no, come back, bitch, come back.
You're not going anywhere, fucker." Yeah, no, it was good. It was like hardcore brutal and stuff. So it was really, really good. Oh, and I liked when he grabbed the skates. And then that one guy, he shoved it up against that pole and it just cut him in half. I was like, ew, it's gross. Don't like it.
But those skates look kind of old. Would they still be that sharp?
I mean, I don't know anything about skates. I haven't been skating in like forever.
Yeah.
I also liked it when at the end before we hop over, can we talk about Gertrude, when she sets up her Home Alone booby traps. I was like, I loved it. I love how Gunther, whatever the fuck that dude's name was, he's like, booby traps don't work unless you hide them. And I'm all like, oh, this is gonna work because you're stupid and everything. And I love how the first thing he just steps on the thing and that nail goes right through his fucking chin. I was like, oh shit. I was like,
oh yeah, how's that working for you now?
Right. And I thought her booby traps were pretty well thought out. I thought that she was pretty,
and they were like legitimate ones a kid could do.
Exactly. Like she had like a trampoline and the bowling balls, but it wasn't like a tripwire. It was just she pulled them and everything. Yep. And I liked how Helga just totally stepped over Gunther, didn't even try to help that fucker out. Like she's just like, wait right here, I'll be right back. And I'm like, why don't you try to help him get the nail out of his jaw before you do anything, you big idiot? And then
he pulled it out and then looked at it, and the bowling ball came out and shoved it right into his forehead.
Yeah, exactly. Which I'm all like, who does? I mean, like, I knew that the first time I watched, I knew that was going to happen because I'm all like, who does that and everything? And why was it when the bowling balls were coming at her? Why wasn't she just like stepping off to the side? Because I'm all like, they weren't going off in every other direction. They were just coming straight forward, and there was plenty of room.
Crazy fast.
Right. Yeah. And so, by the way, when Gunther pulled that one nail out of his ass, there was so much blood. I was all like, I don't know how much blood would come out of your ass, but it was a lot and everything.
And next time I visit, I'll set one down in your chair with the
no, you better not. I don't want to deal with that shit and everything. But yeah, no, it was pretty good. Those were pretty good booby traps in my opinion. I was very impressed by that little girl.
I was like, man, it's a good thing she got to stay up late and watch Home Alone.
Right on. Yeah, exactly. So and then I wanted to also talk about the when they killed the Krampus guy, the little that was all like, I'll touch his balls or whatever.
Mhm.
And it was the wife, the sister, and the annoying influencer nephew, that guy.
Oh yeah, they grabbed all of the like fireplace,
Yeah, and I love,
um, the shovel, the poker, the whatever they're called thingies.
yeah, I loved how, well, first off, can we go real quick back to the gifts because I forgot about something. I love how the daughter got her a picture of when she was born, and the mom just was like, I know, I was there. And I was like, what a fucking bitch, man. That's a nice gift. Like, maybe she got you something else, but bitch, you can buy anything you want. Be grateful for the little things that people give you. I'm all like, what an
And
asshole.
I
Okay.
loved that again. The guy, the bad guy, takes the pitcher and throws it into the fireplace. He's like, she fucking hated it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. And then, okay, so they find out, so Santa's coming after them, and they get on these snowmobiles, right? And I don't understand. I thought snowmobiles like that were like you just turned a key. Like, at least that's the ones I've been on. I don't, at least I don't remember being on one where you had to pull the lever to like a lawnmower. Are
I
they
think
all?
some of them work that way, but I don't know. I don't know much. That, you know what? Snowmobiles require going out in the snow.
Oh, right.
I I don't do that.
Right on, right on. So I because when that happened, I was all like, when that happened, I was just like, why don't you just turn the key? But then I was like, well, I guess
Well, I mean, that means those. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try. I don't know.
right on. I mean, listen, it could be, I'm really not to somebody an expert on that situation.
Yeah.
So I was kind of bummed when Santa got shot and like
Oh
died.
yeah, because he gets into a fight with Mr. Scrooge
Yes, yes.
because he's
And
chasing down. Can't let
yeah,
him go
yeah,
because he's on the naughty list.
he's on the naughty list. Yeah, once you're on the naughty list and everything.
And I did like how he killed him though by finally the alcohol wore off and his little nose thingy works and he takes him up this broken chimney in the middle of the forest and you know Scrooge isn't meant to do that, so he dies. I liked that. I liked it. But
Right
then
on.
the guy, the head shit. What are the words? Words are
The
hard.
the secret
The commando
yeah,
guy.
the commando guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He shows up and shoots Santa.
Yes.
But then Gertrude shows up and just shoots him right in the head. Like brains go flying, blood
Oh yeah,
everywhere. She
she
had no
was
fucks to give.
yeah, she literally was just like surprise motherfucker. And then I love how when she did that, like then everybody just shows up. They're just all like the son shows up, the daughter shows up, and I was like, where were you guys at this whole time?
Right? Because Gertrude was with you and she got here way faster than you people did.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and this is like where Santa's like, come to terms with he's gonna die and all of that. And he's having like Vikings flashbacks and stuff. But then Trudy is all, but I believe, blah, blah, blah. And then they burn $500,000 on a fire to keep him warm so he doesn't die.
Right.
Which the sister has a really, really, really hard time with. She's like,
Yeah.
he's dead. Why are you doing that? There's no need for that.
Right. The sister is hardcore. But yeah, no, and then I did and then he got brought back to life,
Yep.
magic. and he and
Christmas
he
magic. I love that's his response. He has no idea how anything works. He's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, Christmas magic. I don't know how it works. It's just Christmas magic.
Yeah, which I guess is like fine and everything. And then I did like how he got another magic sack or whatever from Mrs.
Oh,
Claus or whatever.
oh yeah, because the reindeer went back and got it. Because remember,
Yeah,
he's yelling at him, which I absolutely love, where he's
loved
like,
it.
"Where the fuck did you guys go? Now you show up when all the shit's done."
That,
And then he sees the sack, and he's like, "Oh, you went back and got my backup sack? Oh, guys."
yeah, and then So apparently there's a number 2 of this movie. Who do you think they should cast as Mrs. Claus?
Oh, they're making another one?
That's what I read before I got on here. I read that there
Nice.
was, yeah. But who would you like to see as Mrs. Claus? I know I'm throwing this out. I'm putting you on the spot.
That's an excellent question. Ooh. Queen Latifah.
No. What?
No, you don't think so?
No.
I like Queen Latifah.
I thought Winona Ryder.
No.
Queen Latifah's not scary. Ugh.
Yes, she is.
If you say so, whatever.
Have you not seen her in some of those movies where she plays badass?
I mean, I guess, listen, if they cast Queen Latifah, I'll watch it. But I'm just saying, like, that wouldn't be my first choice.
Yeah, but I wouldn't cast Winona Ryder.
Well, what about, like, Uma Thurman? No,
maybe.
not Uma Thurman. I'm trying to think of somebody else. I can't really think. I'd say Goldie Hawn, but I'd say Goldie Hawn, but she already plays a Mrs. Claus in that one movie on Netflix.
Oh, well, thanks for narrowing that down. Ooh. That one movie on Netflix.
The Santa movie. What's it called? It's like called Merry Christmas or some bullshit like that. It's very yeah. Fuck you. How about that?
I don't know. That's a question I would have to like really think of for that. But
right on.
It's a good question though. It'll be a nice surprise to see who it is.
Right on.
All right. So would you recommend this movie?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
For sure. I love it. All right. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, not off the top of my head. I like this movie. I thought it was fun and funny.
And it's fast pacing. You know, there's no lulls where you're going, okay, we could have trimmed this down by 20 minutes. It keeps moving.
Yeah, for sure. I really did like it. So, I mean, yeah, and I would totally watch it again.
Oh, for sure. All right. So thank you guys so much for listening or watching. Follow us on Twitter at BSDrunkPod to stay updated and hear all of our fun facts about the movie of the week. If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, please leave us a 5-star review. We would really appreciate it. It helps small podcasts out a lot because those algorithms are fighting against us instead of for us.
Right.
We'll also be posting this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to hit that subscribe and like button at YouTube BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Also, we have started a Patreon. There are plenty of different levels to suit anyone's interest, whether you just, want to hear what we have to say on there, or you absolutely love us and want to keep us going because, it would be nice. The link is in the description below. On there, we do franchises. So we have done the Bring It On franchise, Jurassic Park, Sex in the City, Scream, and we just started the Twilight. Man, is that a shit show? But you'll have to join it to find out why. But most of all, guys, please don't forget to join us next week when we drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, guys.
Bye.